Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing the Nitro Plus Super Sonico 1/7 scale Nurse version figure. Okay, we're going to do a quick once over in the box first before we get her out. Now, I've seen a few reviews for this online and it always looked like an interesting figure to me. And so if I ever come across it, I did plan on picking it up, and I was lucky enough to come across it at a convention. This is one of the more higher end Sonico pieces, sort of ranging from £60 plus. She comes with a wealth of accessories in there, a couple of multiple choice outfits. It is a cast off figure, which is pretty normal for the higher end Sonico figures. So you can literally display her in whatever choice of clothing you want, whether it be with clothing or without clothing. But moving on to the box of the figure itself, it's got a very nice, interesting box, I must say. As I've already said, this is a Super Sonico Nurse version, and I really like already that stands here. You've got like a cross, sort of signifying like a hospital, and you've also got these cool little pills going all around it, which looks very cool. You might get a little bit look of what the figure looks like inside. You've also got an illustration of her on the bottom right here. You've got a Nitro Plus Super Sonico 1/7 scale painted figure, and top right you've got the Orchid Seed, I think I've pronounced that right, company logo. Moving to the right, you've got another illustration of Sonico, and you've also got a cool little plaster there with very cute little Sonico on the plaster. As I've already just said there, Nurse version, a 1/7 scale painted figure. And on the back you've got another plaster design, and you've also got a couple of alternate choices however you want to display her. As I've already said, we will get to it, there is multiple accessories that you have with her, such as syringes and glasses. The top right here you've got the authentication sticker, so if you are going out to look for this figure, do make sure it's got that so you avoid picking up any bootleg. And on this side, another illustration, pretty much the same thing, but with a little red cross, and you've got a little circle there saying Sonico plus Kenko. Top part's pretty much the same thing, although you've got the instructions that have fallen down. And on the bottom, nothing much to say. So that's the figure there. Let's get her out for a close inspection. Okay, and here she is. Now, I haven't actually got any accessories on her at the moment. I've just basically taken her out of the box and put her on a stand. I'm going to look at some of the details on her first, and then we're going to go have a look at some of the accessories. So, going from top to bottom. We zoom in a closer look at her face. Very nice expression on her there. Very nice detail on the face, but it is what you would expect with a higher end Sonico piece. You can get a good look at her face there. Her eyes. Moving her a bit, you've got the Sonico and Kenko part on her chest. Very nicely skin tone. The cheeks on her do have a sort of hint of blush there, which looks very nice. And moving down to the legs, you can see she's got these black tights, or I'd say they're more like socks actually, knee length socks. And she's got part of hair around one of her legs, which is one of the areas you can stick the syringes in. She's got like these red high heels on, which look very nice. You can see some of the details there. You've got different shades of red. Just let it focus. There we go. And a back shot. You can see they've even put some creases around obviously her butt there, making it a bit that much more realistic. Now the figure doesn't actually affix to the stand at all. She basically just, you just put her on there. So she will stand on her own without the base. If I put her to the side, I'll give you a look at the base. This is what it is. I always do like the optional choice of having the base or not, mostly because I don't have the space to store loads of figures, so sometimes, well actually a couple of the figures I have on display I don't have on the base, so I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to have it on it or not. Might do because the base does look quite nice. So let's have a look at some of her accessories that come with her. Okay, the first thing she comes with is an alternate pair of headphones, which is basically her original headphones that she wears in, you see in either the animated show or any of the other Sonico figures that are out there. However, I'm going to keep the Nurse one on her instead, because that one's a lot more unique and sort of stands out a bit more as opposed to the standard headphones for Sonico. She also comes with an optional bra. As I mentioned at the start of the video, this is a cast off and you can remove the black nurse gown if you wish and have her in a bra instead. She also comes with 3 syringes and also 2 pairs of glasses, which come with their own instructions. And there is also, let me just grab it, a whole sheet of instructions of how to take her headphones off. Her head is removable too. Bit of instructions on the syringes. Luckily it's got pictures on there as well because it's only in Japanese, so it makes it pretty clear what you've got to do. You have to remove her arms to get the gown off, and basically her arms and head I should say actually. You don't want to risk damaging it, and basically it just pops out of these little holes there. Is how you get it off. So let's have a look at some of her alternate looks. Okay, first alternate way you can display her, I have removed her black nurse gown and got her in a bra instead. Now I must admit it was quite a performance to get her black nurse gown off. It's very fiddly and you want to make sure you do it very carefully, as I would feel in that if you put too much pressure trying to remove this you're going to end up snapping something off, as it is just tiny little incision slots on there that go in there. Unfortunately the back part of her gown has a scuff mark, however I think that's been put on there when it was put in the factory. The hair must have gone down on there when the head got inserted on the figure. Thankfully though, when you've got the head on this figure you don't see that part, because that's how I know it must have been a pink part of her hair that's made that scuff mark. Getting the bra on was actually quite a performance as well actually, because you have to remove both arms to get anything on it, and both the head, and there's an incision part on the back part of the bra which you have to connect. But the 2 little slots on the back of the bra, I didn't actually bother inserting them. I just left it loose because it doesn't really matter if you can't really see it. It's the same thing. I didn't want to put too much pressure on the figure. I'll zoom in for a little closer look. I might not have already said, but she does actually have pink nail varnish on as well, which is very nicely detailed. And now you can get a better look at her black panties as well. Zoom it down. Okay, let's put her in a different setup. Alright, now we have her fully kitted out in her nurse gear. Now I'm not going to lie, I've been quite a while sorting her accessories out and they are extremely fiddly, and I had a little bit of problem with a couple of them. The glasses were a little bit fiddly, mostly because they were so small, but I managed to get them on there alright. But the syringes, however, my god, they are absolutely problematic. They're so small and fragile, you feel like you're going to break them if you flex them too much. But I did have to flex this one a little bit just to get it fully on her fingers and thumb. Now the actual syringe part does come out, but I don't really know too much of the use on that, because you're probably most likely always going to keep that in there. But I suppose it adds to realism. The syringe part on her leg, that was probably the most fiddliest part. Now on the box it shows that the whole thing's supposed to go in there, but the little holes, they feel very, very tight, and I didn't want to press it in there anymore because it felt like the thing might actually just snap off. So yeah, very extremely fragile and fiddly, so very cautious when putting this thing together. Otherwise she looks great. And if I zoom right in there, you can see there she's ready to serve her next patient, and who wouldn't want to be treated by Nurse Sonico? So yeah, as I said at the start again, this is a cast-off figure, and if you really do want to see the images of her completely naked, then you can do so by checking out the pictures of her on the website myfigurecollection.net, I believe it's called. If you just Google myfigurecollection.net, you'll find the website. It's got a whole list of pretty much every anime figure that's been released or upcoming known to existence, pretty much. So yeah, overall she's a very nice looking figure. However, she is very fiddly and fragile to get some of the smaller accessories on there. I mean, I've got I like to think I've got normalish size hands. So if you've got like big hands with this sort of figure, you are gonna have an absolute nightmare with her. A couple of scuff marks here and there, but nothing too overall noticeable on the figure itself. I mean, when you're standing there looking at her, she looks really cool. So if you're a Super Sonico fan and you don't mind paying a little bit more to get a higher end figure, then I would yeah, definitely recommend this figure. How I'm going to display her is probably how you see her now, fully kitted out, and how she appears on the front of the box. I'm only going to have the one syringe there in her leg there because I don't really see the need of having 3 in there anyway, and I don't want to risk damaging one of them. Yeah, oh, I will add, just in case you can't notice, each different colour syringe, each syringe has a different colour injection in it. You can probably notice that one's got like a turquoise, that one's got like a red, or sorry, the needle's turquoise. The injection's orange, whereas the injection for that one is red, and the needle is metal. So yeah, to wrap this video up, thank you very much for watching this video, guys. If you liked this video, then I'd really appreciate a thumbs up. That really helps me out a lot. And also, if this is the first time you've checked one of my videos out on my channel, then welcome. I usually upload 3 to 4 anime figure reviews a month, maybe more depending on how much free time I've got or whether it's upcoming pre-orders. I do have a few anime figures on pre-order, so look out for some newly released reviews coming up. And if you liked my content, then I'd really appreciate you subscribing to my channel and keeping up to date with my uploads. I always appreciate every single subscribe I've got on my channel, and I always do reply to comments in the feed below if you have any questions regarding my collection or the anime figure I've reviewed in this video. Once again, thank you very much for watching this video, guys. Take care of yourselves and see you on the next video.